Wanted it all. Every frame from April.
Police. She said, "Hey, if your partner is being secretive with their phone, you need to do this now." Most people are unaware that RCMP major crimes officers came to her home this week, asking for everything on her 7 cameras starting April 27th, 5 days before the kids were reported missing. 2 of Scott's neighbors were also asked to provide footage to RCMP.
On May 20th, 3 weeks after Lily and Jack vanished, the RCMP Major Crime Unit knocked on Melissa Scott's door, 5 kilometers from the Sullivans' trailer. Her 7 trail cameras, scattered across her 40-acre property, capture every deer, every car on Gerlach Road's rough dirt tracks. The police wanted it all, every frame from April 27th, 5 days before the kids were reported missing, up to May 2nd. 2 other neighbors got the same visit. Their cameras and vehicle records now in RCMP hands. Why go back so far? What are they chasing? Scott's cameras are a straight shot from the Sullivans' home, an 18-minute drive, but just 3 miles if you cut through the woods or follow old railway tracks. The RCMP's asking about local vehicles to rule them out, but their own words betray them.
Somewhere.
An officer admitted to Scott they should have been around earlier. A mistake? Or a sign they missed something big? These cameras could show a stranger scoping the area, a vehicle out of place, or someone from the trailer itself, moving before the 911 call. Are the RCMP rewriting the timeline? Lily and Jack were at school April 28th and 29th, per their bus driver. But Malehia kept them home May 1st and 2nd. What happened in between? Why April 27th? Is it possible they weren't seen after the weekend? The RCMP's silence is deafening, but these cameras might scream the truth. The search for Lily and Jack was relentless. Over 160 ground crew, K-9 teams, helicopters, drones, covering 5.5 square kilometers of Lansdowne's unforgiving forest. Fallen trees from a past hurricane, thick brush, uneven ground. It's a maze even adults struggle through. Yet, after 6 days, the RCMP scaled back on May 7th. No scent, no scraps of clothing, no sign of 2 small children. A retired RCMP K-9 handler with 26 years on the job, Glenn Brown, can't wrap his head around it. Quote, "I find it hard to believe that a 6- and 4-year-old just disappear like that." Brown's words hit hard. He's seen hundreds of searches, kids found in hours, days at most. Search expert Robert Kuster's lost person behavior data backs him up. 95% of kids aged 4 to 6 are found within 6.6 kilometers if they wander. 98% are alive within 24 hours. After 48 hours, just 33%. Lily and Jack have been gone 3 weeks. If they were in those woods, why no trace? Custer's research reveals why the search failed. Dogs lose scents on roads or in wind. Airlock roads right there. Drones, useless under a dense canopy, blocking infrared if the kids were hypothermic or worse. But here's the kicker. Custer says kids this age don't just vanish. They hide in small spaces, follow animals, seek landmarks. Lily and Jack knew their backyard, their fence. Why go deep into a forest they'd never braved? Unless they didn't. On May 17th, the RCMP called searchers back for 2 days, focusing on specific areas. Why? A tip? Evidence? Or a test? The major crime units involved since day 2. Are they looking beyond the woods? To someone closer to home? Malaya Brooks Murray and Daniel Martell paint a simple picture. Lily and Jack slipped out a sliding door, past a broken fence, into the void. Malaya heard them playing at 8 a.m.
She first claimed that that door did not work. It wouldn't open. Jack said it did. At least.
Daniel saw Lily in the bedroom. By 10 o'clock, they were gone. Boots left neatly. No struggle, no screams. They stood side by side, calm as the world searched. But grief cracks people. Parents plead, blame, collapse. Malehia and Daniel, too composed, too perfect. And now that picture's fracturing. The trail cameras could be their undoing. The RCMP's digging into April 27th, 5 days before the 911 call. Why? Malehia says the kids were at school April 28th and 29th, home May 1st and 2nd for Lily's cough. But what if the timeline's off? What if someone, Daniel, Malehia, or another, was caught on tape before May 2nd? Daniel's cooperative. He gave up his phone, offered a polygraph, but his story of driving every dirt track for hours, boots clean, raises eyebrows. And then there's the RV. Word is Daniel's mother lives there with cats and a dog. What did she see? Here's where it gets darker.
I heard both of them the other day. Didn't think nothing of it till just now they said it. Cat and dog. I heard that as well.
Alahia's left Lansdowne Station, reportedly to stay with family. She's blocked Daniel on social media. Why run? Why cut him off? Is she blaming him for what happened? Or hiding from what's coming? Lansdowne's a small town. Secrets don't stay buried.
So I don't like to think about it, but my parents are getting older. My dad was talking to me the other day about filing his first cat.
Neighbors whisper about a party house, but the school bus stopped there daily. Someone's lying. The RCMP's major crime unit isn't chasing lost kids anymore. They're hunting answers, and maybe a perpetrator. Those cameras on Gerlach Road are silent witnesses. A car, a figure, a moment. Something's on that footage. And when it comes to light, will it bring Lily and Jack home? Or tear a family apart? 3 weeks since Lily and Jack Sullivan vanished, Lansdowne Station holds its breath. The RCMP's major crime unit is tight-lipped, their tactical silence a wall between us and the truth. But those trail cameras, Melissa Scott's, her neighbors, are a lifeline. The footage is being analyzed now, frame by frame, for a clue that could rewrite this tragedy. A vehicle, a timestamp, a shadow.
I know they
Something's
were together in
The
their
question
house.
is, will it lead to Lily and Jack, or to someone who knows what happened? The RCMP's shift from wandering to something darker tells us they're not giving up. Neither should we. If you know anything, call the Pictou County RCMP at 902-485-4333 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-228-477. Anonymous tips save lives. Share Lily and Jack's story. Every view, every post keeps their faces out there. Their little sister, Meadow, waits for them. Their community prays for them. On Untold Crimes and Affairs, we won't stop until the truth comes to light. Stay with us for every update, every lead. For Lily and Jack, we keep digging. What's on that footage? Who's hiding the truth? The answers are out there.
I believe that they are not putting it out to the public because they already know. There's one here that says, remains found reveal a terrible secret. I don't know if it's the children or who, but they have been some remains found, and they're not putting it out to the public yet. In a rural wooded area yesterday, I wrote down what each was saying. I put their name behind it. And from Lily, it said Woods. Yep, died. Well, they could have. They could bust this thing wide open like they said. That's for sure. But they're gonna have to look. And on them trail cams, I don't know if you can really do like you can on a cell phone. If you try to erase something, I don't know if it saves in a cloud or a data anywhere on a trail cam. I don't know. If anything's not been deleted, then yeah, there's a good chance they will see everything. And I'm pretty sure your imagination could tell you what you'd be seeing. That's exactly what it says right here. I can show you the proof. It's in the pudding. The remains found reveal a terrible secret. Um, I just can't stand it. I can't get past it. $11 on 7 likes. Somebody not hitting the like button. Somebody said, "Hey, Risa."
لا أزمة
Josie. Ein Subject to
An area is safe. An area is safe. An area is safe.
Yeah.
God and his
Now,
Yeah, it's pitiful. I can't stand it.
well, isn't that?
If you could put someone, like I said, in jail until the child is found, they would have done told. They wouldn't want to be stuck up there in the jailhouse. But I don't figure they'll ever pass that law. But they should. Giving 98% if a child found in the first 12 hours. After 24 hours, there's 33%. 40 hours or 42 hours, no percent for a 6 and 4-year-old. I think I've seen enough crocodile tears to do me in a lifetime, I guess. That's pretty pathetic. Jack, Lily Sullivan, talk to me. Jack, Lily Sullivan, talk to me. No, Summer, me, Gino. Jack, no, there's no Haley here. Jack and Lily Sullivan, talk to me. Yes, Summer, it'll be helpful. Hey, love. Christine is at work, Rose. Lily, and Jack Sullivan, talk to me. Tell me some more stuff. Jack and Lily. Lily and Jack Sullivan. You like doing puzzles? Jack and Lily Sullivan. Yeah. Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me some stuff. Has anyone found you guys yet? Let these children speak. Has anyone found you yet, Jack and Lily? It's true about the dog. Okay. Pup. I heard dog and cat the other day, but that wasn't important. But it may be a good trigger object here. Jack and Lily Sullivan. You guys had a dog and a cat and a cat? Yeah. And a dog? Okay. What was the dog? What was the dog's name? What are you trying to say there, buddy? What? Words was pressed together. I couldn't make that out. So you got a dog and a cat. I heard you say yeah, and a dog. You got a cat? No. Do you have a cat? Lily and Jack Sullivan. Do you have one? Okay. Yeah, good deal. Can you tell me its name? What is the dog's name? Jack, Lily, what is your dog's name? Wait. What's the name of your dog? Y'all gonna have to let these babies speak. Can you tell me what the name of your cat is? Jack and Lily Sullivan. Don't pay no attention to the rest of these nuts, okay? Just speak and I'll hear you. Jack and Lily Sullivan. Hear me. Can you tell me the name of your dog and cat? It's what? Let Jack and Lily Sullivan speak. They've earned the right to speak here. Jack and Lily. What girl was you saying, love? I heard you, but I couldn't make it out. The man said I can't hear it. Pup. Yeah. You said fine. Lily. You said fine. What's fine? Are you? Was it a lab? Was it a chocolate lab? I just heard you say chocolate. Yeah. Okay. Tell me about your dog and cat. Lily. Lily. I'm trying. It would really, really, really help if you could explain something that you guys can see around you. or have you guys been found?
Yeah.
Both did. I heard hope. Yes, children. And the mom, yeah. Yeah, both. Yeah. Used to, when I was a kid, you couldn't even start school till you were 7-year-old. I guess if Jack was in school, I guess he was what, kindergarten or something, or preschool at the age of no, at 4-year-old you'd have to be in preschool. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think you'd start regular school at the age of 4. If they do, that's a screwed up school. I think that he's in preschool and then she's probably in kindergarten. Uh, if the remains that's been found are indeed them, this has went on a lot longer than what we thought. Well, I mean, I figured a little longer, but up in Canada, you really got a little more than we got down in the South as far as very predatory animals. You got grizzlies up there, which down here in Alabama, about all you see is an old black bear. You near about just holler at them, they run the other way. But you still can't rule it out up there. But they got a lot of grizzlies. They got lagging again. If you can hear me, that's probably why remains. There's just so much more up there, and if y'all think back about that, what was her name? Petito. Her last name was Petito. She was with that old Brian fella down there in Florida. They went out to, I don't remember where they went to, but he ended up killing her, leaving her out in the weather. And animals had got a hold of her. Gabby, yeah. She told everything right up front too. But through it all, she still loved the boy. Hey, love, she's at work today. Her Rose asked about Christina too. Told her she would work. But if it is them, and it's just remains, most time you would hear something like, well, not to be too graphic or whatnot on here, but they would say things like, I found a torso or a leg, or this, that, the other. You know what I mean? That's the way they would put it. Well, when they say remains, it's usually just near about bone. Mm-hmm. But I showed y'all that it plainly states on there, remains found. Or if it's them, I don't know. I did hear a little yeah in here when I asked that question. And I did hear it sounded to me like a little boy said, help us. I said, I'm trying. And a little female voice said, both did, killed both. I don't care what other people think or say about people that can give a child a voice or whatnot. I don't listen to that crap. And some people, when I first started off and I had to prove to people what I could do, finally, I didn't have to do that anymore. But they realize that it's not us saying this stuff, it's what's coming through the spirit box. It's not us saying it. We just put down on paper what's being said or repeat what's being said. Yesterday evening, I reckon. So people out there that, for some ignorant, stupid reason, think we can put words in a spirit's mouth, they ain't got a lick of common sense. If they would shut their mouth and open their ears, they would hear what these babies say, no matter where they are. Now, I can use the huff, and I can do with children all around the world. It won't make no difference what language they use. We can get it, and we can translate it to another app. So that's what that's good for. This right here. I mean, I want you to just look. I mean, they've been missed what, 3 weeks now? I mean, we got all that. Got that. Got this. Got that. Got this. And now got that. And every word that was said was from a female child and a little boy. And they both answered to the names of Jack and Lily Sullivan. So the ones that was this that refused to believe in you can find children or help with children's cases in a spiritual matter, you're just ignorant. I mean, that's all I can tell you. There's common sense inside of you somewhere. You need to open that door and use it a little bit. It goes a long way if you use it. 9 times out of 10, if you just sit back and listen, these children will daggum tell you everything. Yep, they lied about them. None of their stories is added up. I mean, she'll tell one thing, he's done told another, and they can't keep it together. And I did not like what I heard the other day when I heard naked. Did not like it at all. So anyway, that's my rant to these here skeptics. If you don't like it, you can change the channel. I'll always give missing teens and children a voice. If you don't like it, change it. Because I don't care what you think or anybody else thinks. I'm doing a purpose for children, teens, and adults. And I just don't give a damn who likes it. Well, see, we got one right here that plainly says, I guarantee you it's one of them's aunt that's doing the talking sometimes for them. They both need felonies. Then died, and then like up on a hill, stepdad, stream or creek, a party house. So, I mean, they're telling their own stuff. I mean, but the thing of it is, what people's not grasping is this stuff that's being told is stuff that we already got. Stop and think about that for a minute. Everything that we get here, someone else is trying to put out the same thing. I believe there's more that want to believe. They just say they don't. But I don't think I can get it no clearer. And I'll say it one more time. The people that do not believe, the skeptics, just close your mouth, open your ears and listen to these children. Not only Jack and Lily, but children from around the world. Teens and adults. They'll tell you their whole story if you'll just listen. But with them saying that they both need a felony, whoever the woman is speaking for them, she's correct. They can't get by with it. They need to make a spectacle out of these two, so it won't be a raised hair on the next one that tries this crap. They've let it go too far. But if they'll make a spectacle out of Daniel and Malaya, it'll start making other people think a little bit. Okay, well, we're not going to get by with it. But you got to start somewhere. And it sure wasn't with Summer and Sebastian. Yes. Even if it is their remains, they could still be laid to rest properly. But Malaya and Daniel not through the rest of their whole life, not even in death, that they're going to get any peace from this. These children will make sure they hear them quite well. When they start thinking of the neglect and how their true feelings was, there's no telling what all they're going to have to go through. And it's their own fault. You do wrong, you got to deal with the consequences. That's why I tell people all the time, when you talk about the dead, tell the truth, because it can come back and bite you in the butt. I don't like nobody lie on the dead. And them two, you're right. They can't keep a story straight if they want to. They can tell something during the morning, well, evening time done changed. And see, when she runned off, she didn't know what all he was saying. So she started telling a bunch of junk and nothing added up either. Yeah, no, ain't that a daggum shame? And another thing, he only works one day a week. Now I believe I really know why he can't stand still. And the female that is speaking for Jack and Lily plainly said it the other day. Ice and meth. So that would be a way to sell, and all they gotta do is shake and bake for a little while and make a living out of it. Yeah, they are. But the thing of it is, before anybody said anything about it, we already had it on paper that they were making that stuff. Seems kind of like follow the leader around here nowadays. It the only real thing I listen to is straight from them. I don't listen and put my mind over on what other people say. I have to strictly go by what comes to me through the spirit box. That's it. Y'all know that. They're not going to get away with it, that's for sure. They're closing in. Old feller, he's doing some more crocodile tears and stuff and everything, and he don't know why she would say this, and she don't know why he would say that, and all this going on. Yeah. Yeah, nobody around is ever really going to probably want to have anything else to do with either one of them. I can imagine even some of the others we've done, how they get criticized when they're out in public. Nobody has any use for them anymore. Even, just anywhere in the world. If someone hears about you do a child wrong or molest a child or anything else, someone's going to take that serious and react on their thoughts. And that's going to be that. So, to make yourself not look like a total monster, you confess and just, hey, look, they're so-and-so, go get them. I'll take you out there or something. But when people hide the evidence. When people try to misstrued and get people running in the wrong area, wrong direction, which they did with clothing, with boots, and this and that, that ticks people off. They're just not going to be cared for by anybody else in the world, I guarantee you. Probably very bad, Beck. And it said Mom was mean to Jack. The stepdad was a maniac because of his temper. And that's the things that a child would say because of the temper. I mean, we're talking about a 4 and a 6-year-old here. They're smart enough to understand it. People around and listening and checking it out ought to be smart enough to accept that, hey, okay, these children was in a bad way. But now they ain't got a thing in the world to worry about. Nothing. Yeah. Hey, Donna. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they didn't have and done. And, things, one thing really ticked a lot of people off with them placing things in areas that they know that they've already covered. And when they heard the very second they heard that they were going to come back and start fresh from the beginning and make another round of the same places they already did, that's when that stuff got put out there for them to find. I mean, like I said a minute ago, common sense goes a long way. It wasn't there when they went out looking first time. Second round, okay, same footprints. Right there it is. There's clothes, there's this, there's that. Come on. You know good and well the police or whoever, when they mentioned gonna do it again, got scared up and they went out there and placed things in that direction. I mean, that's just the way it is. There ain't nothing else can be done about that. They can't say somebody else put it out there. People like that want to make people think that they're ignorant, but we're not. Yeah, separately. And for hours and hours and hours. And put to the test, I'm talking about. I mean, most interrogations, I watch a lot of interrogations, and they'll come in and play good cop, bad cop. What they need to do is come in straight force and be only about these children. Not say, what'd you do last week? Y'all go out to eat, whatever. Not cut off the short talk and get right down to business. I think if they get real hard on Malaya, she gonna say something that's gonna throw him under the bus. But then again, he knows some things too. He gonna say something out of revenge and get her butt in trouble. I've done heard too many times from two small, a female child and a little boy child, say plainly, both did it. There ain't nobody gonna convince me otherwise. It was them two that did it. And hey, it ain't me throwing them under the bus. What comes through that spirit box is what I put down. I can't control what they're gonna say. We might turn this thing on and the only thing we hear is y'all's name. Y'all know that. We've done that 1,000 times. These times we get on here, nobody pay attention to me. They just talking with each other. And then we cut off and start doing something else. We can't tell them what to say and what not to say. Yeah, they'll flip on one another. And now that it's closing in and now that they found some remains, that they gonna both be like having jumping beans in their britches probably. They ain't gonna know what in the world to do. And it'll take a little while, and they'll still be searching until the remains have been checked by one of the coroner's place to where they can find out, who it is, what it is, and if they were still anything left on the remains, a little bit to get DNA, or now they can cut in a bone in half and get DNA out of the middle of the bone in the bone marrow, as long as it's before 6 months. So they're probably going to cry and throw fits and, blame everybody else and all this stuff, and try to throw it off them and get people away from them because they may try to do something to themselves before getting in trouble for it. A lot of people do that. And they shouldn't. They should not be allowed that. They should have 24 hours, 7 days a week, someone monitoring that home, watching where they go, what they're doing. Yeah, grandmother and uncle too. They're going to be more in it than just them too. I guarantee that. Because that plainly said, that female speaking for them children, plainly said the grandmother was there too. So, yeah. And they need to be found. And if it is, I can't say it is or I can't say it ain't, but if it is their remains, at least they could be put to rest properly. And the state would do that for these babies. Yeah, all four of them. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's sad. It's terrible. But I knew for the last few days, I believe that the police and authorities up there know more than what they're telling. And now it's come out, like I said, they have found remains. I mean, yeah, it'd be good to be able to lay them to rest in a proper way. But then again, you got to think about, what they went through, the elements, animals, all these terrible things. But that's what they have to be accountable for. These children ain't got a thing in the world to worry with anymore. They better off than we are. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know, but they they probably filled their bridges full now, though, since they run across these remains. Because if it comes back to them, they know that they're either going to get life in prison without chance of parole, or either they're going to get the death penalty. These children, any child, any teen or adult, does not deserve to be treated like this. I watched a video the other day. I don't remember where it was at, but it was in a nursing home. One of the CNAs was smacking an old woman because she wasn't getting up off the couch fast enough. And I guess it just, I don't know if it was stress that the old lady was dealing with or what, but she didn't make it through the night. And without any questioning, without anything, when they seen that footage of her hitting her, they went straight to her. And when the woman was confirmed deceased, they got her for murder. They didn't have to ask what else went on. So when it comes to the elderly, sometimes it's not just only physical. It can be verbal to cause someone to get so much stress that it causes them to snap. I mean, it can cause them to faint if they pass out and don't get attention soon enough. They can stop breathing at any time. So there's verbal assaults as well. But when it comes to little children and teens and whatnot, it's usually hands-on kind of deal. A lot of people are not looking at the spectrum things that can cause death with people. I think that little children, they'll fight, as much as they possibly can. But with an adult doing something to a child, and I'm not talking about them, I'm just saying in general, when an adult does something to a child, they can't fight back. There's nothing they can really do about it. Like that Chris Watts, he killed his children, smothered one, and that other one had to sit and watch. And then he turned and did the other one. It's pathetic. These children go through a lot more cruelness than we can even imagine. I don't know. Let me find out. I'll find out right here. Is there a death penalty in Canada? No. Canada does not have death penalty. They stopped that December 10th, 1998. So they would get life in prison without the chance of parole. But if it turns out that these children are, in fact, in this situation, and it is their remains, death would be too easy anyway. They would deserve to have to live with it from here out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're in a bad way right now. I'm telling you, they're nervous. They're going crazy. And he still thinks, I reckon, that as long as he's on camera, he's doing a good deed. It's not going to work out in their favor. That's for sure. Until we hear something about the remains, everybody just keep these children in your thoughts and prayers. I'm going to go ahead and cut here, guys. She gets off 7, so we'll probably lie about 8:30 like we was last night. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, he thinks he is, but he ain't.